Now at 6, thunderstorms roll into the area. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy will have the latest on what we should expect. Plus, USD 250 School District serves up some good news for parents and students with the announcement of free meals for all. And Joplin Science Center serves up an annual Thanksgiving tradition.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thunderstorms roll back into the area. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. Let's go straight to Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy with a first look at the weather.
Yeah, sadly, we are, it's good that we're out of severe weather season. Sadly, we are seeing more severe weather across the region. A little late in the season, but of course we can get severe weather anytime during the summer months or even into the fall months. We just usually don't see a setup like this deep into the summer. Level 3 out of 5 in the orange, level 4 out of 5. Meaning your risk for severe weather much higher once you get into the orange and also the red as we go through, really starting now until about 2-ish in the morning. Main threat, hail and wind, but we do have a tornado threat, so we need to keep our eyes on that. Already a tornado watch out mainly from southeast Kansas points west. There will be additional watches ahead of this. I'm not sure if there'll be tornado or severe thunderstorms. We'll just have to see the evolution of these storms as they start to shift off toward the east. We do already have thunderstorms in northern counties, Fredonia, Yates Center over towards Chanute. Nothing too strong or severe. The bigger guys are building out toward Wichita. It's this cluster that is going to drive east and will most likely give a good chunk, if not all of us, severe weather later on tonight. I'll have more details on this here in a bit.
Thanks, Doug. See you soon. This is a live look from Connecticut Avenue in Joplin, where authorities responded to reports of a natural gas leak. Authorities say a construction contractor hit an underground gas line and caused a, quote, pretty significant gas leak. Joplin Fire Department has warned people to stay away from Connecticut Avenue between 15th and 20th Streets as they deal with this issue. They say the gas was turned off a little after 5 this afternoon, about an hour ago. Fire crews have gone door to door to check homes, and they've given the all clear to about 100 of them. One home has been evacuated, but people there have now been allowed to return. The department is providing updates on its Facebook page. You'll find a link to that at koamnewsnow.com. If you have a student attending a USD 250 school in Pittsburgh, you won't have to worry about feeding them during school hours. The district has joined a federally funded program called Community Eligibility Provision. As KOAM's Lonnie Walton reports, this program will help nourish students' bodies while nourishing their minds.
Having my daughter be at school is very exciting, knowing that I'll get to see her.
Natalie Vanderbilt is a math and reading teacher at Lakeside Elementary in Pittsburgh. Her daughter will be in kindergarten this fall, and one thing she doesn't have to worry about is preparing breakfast before she leaves.
Really excited for my daughter to have an opportunity to know that every day she'll be getting a breakfast and lunch.
And she's not the only one who gets these free meals starting the coming school year. All kids in the district will be eligible to receive free meals on school days. Before, Pacific students had to meet certain criteria to be eligible for free meals. But according to the Director of Nutrition, the new program is here to break stereotypes.
It removes the barriers for food. It doesn't matter what the family income is. They will be able to have a breakfast, a lunch, and a snack.
Warren says she has faith in this program. She says she hears this from the ones who know most, the teachers.
They have seen better behavior, they have seen more participation, they've seen better academic scores. It's just good for everyone.
Most of all, it's going to save parents lots of time and, of course, money.
Knowing that that's not something that we're going to be responsible at home, that I can get her prepared, and that at school, it's another part of the school day. We'll be going to school, get that good meal, and then start the day.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
The CEP will begin this fall. Faculty are currently working on ways to make the process run more smoothly. Bright Futures Joplin celebrated their 15th birthday today with a ribbon cutting. The event was held at Joplin School's Memorial Education Center in the recently renovated cafeteria. Bright Futures Joplin helps students in need by providing clothing, food, and shelter so they can focus on learning.
For me, it's incredible because that means it's been 15 years of volunteers, really, 15 years of people in the community supporting what we do because we're all in this for the kids.
A party was held after the ribbon cutting. If you want to get involved, head to brightfuturesjoplin.org. Thanksgiving tradition is entering a new chapter. Today, the Schroeder Family Explorium announced it's acquired the annual Joplin Turkey Trot. The event, presented by Freeman Health System, will still feature a 5K and 1 mile fun run on Thanksgiving morning, but it'll now serve as a fundraiser for the Explorium's STEAM education programs. Organizers say proceeds will help fund hands-on exhibits, outreach, and scholarships.
We are at $2,039,000 and some change, so 31.6%. I'm going to be a glass is half full person and say we're 1/3 of the way there.
Alongside our board, I'm excited.
Registration opens in July with the race set for November 27th, starting and ending at 300 South Main in downtown Joplin. The Razorbacks look to deepen their run in the College World Series after yesterday's historic starting pitcher performance. John Dales has a preview of their next matchup coming up later in sports, but up first, 40 years of family service.
Southeast Kansas is seeing a need for more foster families. In Pittsburgh, one couple is celebrating more than 4 decades of helping children in need. I'm Samantha Walker, and I'll have that story coming.
For the past 42 years now, one Pittsburgh couple have opened their home to foster children. As they now step back, the need for foster families in Southeast Kansas remains. KOAM Samantha Walker has more on how an area nonprofit hopes this couple's legacy can help inspire a new generation of foster parents.
On any given day, there are more than 5,000 children in the foster care system in Kansas. For one Pittsburgh couple, they've spent the last 42 years trying to be there for these children during their time of need.
We argue over it. Probably somewhere around, we'll say, between 300 and 400, something like that.
Since the Morys opened their door 4 decades ago, they've welcomed in children from infants to teens. They may stay with them for a single night or for months.
I don't think we ever questioned it once we started. I mean, it was just kind of like
we adopted, so we pretty well knew what we were getting into.
But the couple says you need to feel the calling to do it.
It's not a job. If you're not called to do it, it'll be really tough.
According to the Kansas Department for Children and Families, in Southeast Kansas this past year, there was an average of 632 children placed and living outside of their homes each month. More than 47% of those children were placed in a foster home. The Family Initiative, known as TFI, is a nonprofit that works with and provides resources for area foster families. Staff say they see a need for more foster families like the Morys in Southeast Kansas for area children entering the system.
We want to try to help keep kids local, and so that way they can maintain, as they were saying, like within their schools, within their resources and everything that they do know.
TFI staff say the Morys embody what foster parents should be and act as mentors for the new generations of foster parents. Now the Morys have built a legacy of having one of the biggest families in the 4 states.
We're still mom to a lot of them, or I am, and they'll say, "Oh, how's Dad?" Whatever, and then their kids will go, "Well, who's that?" "That's Grandma," and so, and so somebody asked how many grandkids I had, and I said, "Well, I'm not really sure because I have a lot of kids that call me Grandma."
The Morys foster children can be found all across the country with a variety of careers, some even becoming foster parents themselves. But they say the importance of foster parents become clear when they see children break the cycle.
The ones that I think are the most successful are the ones that have kept their kids and raised a family from where they came from.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Now, if you're interested in becoming a foster parent yourself, well, you can learn more about how to get started on our website again, koamnewsnow.com. A little bit later, some Missouri high school baseball players receive high honors. John has more on the Show Me State standouts coming up in sports.
Plus, we have strong to severe thunderstorms working in. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, we are right back at it after a very active spring with severe weather across the region. April, May, and then into June, another severe event which is going to be pushing through as we go through the next several hours. Most of us okay right now. We have thunderstorms in our far northern counties, but we're really watching this cluster back toward Wichita. Tornado watch in effect. Southeast Kansas into northeastern Oklahoma. Eventually, yes, we're going to have additional watches that include Pittsburgh, Joplin, Neosho, Cassville, over towards Springfield, northwest Arkansas, and also northeast Oklahoma. Could be severe thunderstorm watches as tornado threat will slowly drop. Could still be a tornado watch, but we'll keep our eyes on that. Right now, it's mainly Parsons, Chanute, Iola points toward the west. And let me show you what's going on. Here's a pretty good cluster. So we have scattered thunderstorms in our far northern counties, but this cluster is going to start to head toward us, and we'll start getting in our western counties here after 7 p.m. I really think we're going to see one cluster here that pushes through, and then I want to show you what's developing behind it, just south of Salina. I think that's going to be our main band late tonight, so it's going to be kind of a 1-2 punch as it comes in over the next several hours. Here's about 8 p.m. thunderstorms trying to get into our western counties. We'll have that initial band kind of pushing out through southeastern Kansas, and then a much bigger band behind it. So I think the timing may be off here. I think this may be a little bit earlier, maybe 10:30, but severe thunderstorms driving through. Main threat, gusty winds, large hail, but winds could be 70, maybe 80, maybe 85 miles per hour with some of these lines as they drive in. I do think severe threat starts to drop after 1 o'clock in the morning, maybe 2 in our far eastern counties, and then all this will start to push off toward the east. How much rain could we get? We got to see where those heavier bands set up, but I think it's a pretty good bet. Most of us pick up half an inch, upwards to an inch of rain with those thunderstorms that are going to be rolling through for us tonight. Looks okay right now. Nice shot. Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, 7th and Joplin Street, and this is all due to an upper level wave. These upper level waves get weaker in the summer months, but still this is strong enough to produce a severe threat across the region. So once we get rid of all this mess tonight, we're still going to start the day with scattered thunderstorms and then hit and miss pop-up storms throughout the day. We do have a low severe threat once we get into tomorrow afternoon. Our true cold front shifts through late in the day, and that will cut off any thunderstorms, but we may get a little bit of a line late tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours, and then things will start to calm down and actually heat up later this week. 68 in the morning, 72 by noon, high temp of 82 degrees for an afternoon high on your Wednesday. But again, just pay attention tonight. Make sure you stay with us. If you guys have a National Weather Service weather radio, their transmitters are down this week, so that doesn't help during severe weather. So make sure you stick around with us or the Skywatch weather app as severe thunderstorms roll through over the next several hours, and then it's going to feel and look like summer later this week.
Even so, I see there are at least chances of more random storms next week. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, 17 of our local high school baseball players from Missouri get named to all-state teams. And the Joplin Outlaws go on the road to face the top team in the Mid-America League. John Dales has those stories and more up next in sports.
The Missouri Baseball Coaches Association releases its all-state teams for the spring 2025 season early this week, and they feature 17 of our local players. We'll start in Class 2. Trayton Richhart from Jasper High School is on the first team All-State as the designated hitter. He'll be back next year for his senior season. And a couple of New Heights Cougars make the list as well. Each just graduated this spring. Pitcher Smoke Ezel and infielder Jace Walker. He's playing baseball at Evangel University next year. In Class 3, only one of our local players gets All-State honors. That's Grady Bentley as a designated hitter. He just finished his junior year at Diamond High School. And then Class 4 features quite a few of our local athletes. Aurora infielder Sean Creasy is the lone first-teamer after a stellar sophomore season with the Hound Dogs. Second team has a couple of teammates from Seneca, pitcher Jagger Wilson and designated hitter Drew Sherwood, who will both be back with the Indians next year. Nevada infielder Caden Klump also on the second team All-State. And 3 more receive honorable mentions. That's East Newton infielder Braden Van Loo, Monette outfielder Aiden Clapper, and Aurora outfielder Memphis Mooneyham, who was just a freshman this spring. Class 5, Webb City grad and future Missouri Southern Lion Andrew Young is on the first team All-State as an outfielder. How about this? From Carl Junction, 3 Bulldogs receive All-State honors. Brody Pant is on the second team as an infielder. Then Cooper Vedix and Deacon Endicott both get honorable mention as designated hitters. All 3 of them were juniors this year, so they'll be back at CJ next season. Closing out with Class 6, Joplin rising senior Brecken Green is on the first team as a pitcher. Neosho Wildcat Brody Crane makes the second team as a pitcher. Both of them just wrapped up their junior years this spring. They'll be back as seniors next year. In summer collegiate baseball, the Nevada Griffins and Joplin Outlaws are each in action tonight, both of them on the road. Outlaws have a tough test this evening. They face the Sherman Shadowcats, who are in first place in the Mid-America League with a record of 15-2. However, Joplin just beat Sherman at home on Sunday night. Tonight's game is down in Texas, and it gets started at 7:05. The Griffins got shut out by the first-place team in the Mink League last night. That was the St. Joseph Mustangs. Tonight, they're in Chillicothe to face the Mudcats. That game also set for a 7:05 first pitch. And there are just 5 teams remaining at the College World Series in Omaha. By the end of the night, that number drops down to 4. Arkansas faces UCLA in an elimination game that is just about to get started in a few minutes. The Razorbacks are coming off a 3-0 victory over Murray State yesterday, where their starting pitcher, Gage Wood, threw just the 3rd no-hitter in College World Series history. And in Major League Baseball, the Cardinals are on the road in Chicago. They take on the White Sox, who have lost 5 in a row. The Royals have a 6-game losing streak. They're also on the road. They'll face the Rangers in Texas, as Kansas City has fallen to 11.5 games back of first place. Cardinals are 7 games back of first place, and it seems like maybe just a month ago, each of them were close to competing for the division title. Long season ahead still, but they definitely need to turn things around.
Yeah, they've had some hot streaks and certainly some cold streaks lately in the Royals. They need to get their offense going.
They do, yeah.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 tonight. When can you legally smash a car windshield to save a child or a pet? To find out the rules you need to know. Plus, how spending time in nature can boost your health and save you hundreds on medical bills. And Congress steps up to protect seniors from scams. Those stories, a lot more. It's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Hope you're keeping an eye on Doug tonight, because he's keeping an eye on the weather for us.
Yeah, we have our first batch of showers and thunderstorms, severe threat, which is working into our very far western counties over about the next hour or so. Very loud night. Severe threat will stick around until about 2 o'clock this morning.
Final sports note.
In professional hockey, tonight is Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final. If the Florida Panthers win, they would be back-to-back championships for them.
Very good. We're going to leave you tonight with another live look at Connecticut Street in Joplin. They have closed the road there between 15th and 20th. The gas leak, however, has been turned off. The road remains closed. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.